Hey everyone, I just got kicked out of the show. I'm trying to see if this will work because I don't know what happened. I just sent twins a new link. I'm hoping people will come back on. I'll have to mesh these two shows together. I am in Mexico, which is a great thing, but clearly the internet is a little wanky. And so I'm gonna see if twins will be able to come back on this link, and then I will just bring the two shows together. So we are back. We'll see how long this lasts. I am praying that this works and we can go ahead and continue the show because it was such a good conversation. I am going to go ahead and also put the link in the comment section so that people can come in, assuming Twins is able to come back on because the last link I'm not able to get back in. Here it is. No, Jeff, you didn't do it. I think it just was the internet. I am in Mexico, so the internet clearly is a little wanky wank. And so that's what happened. I sent Twins the new link, hoping he'll be able to come back on and then Jeff, you can join me. I will actually put, if I can do that right now, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I just sent it to Twins. I'm gonna put the link in the chat momentarily. Ah, you're back, thank God. I was out here and I'm like, oh, Mexico, I love you, but you just messed up my show.
I
So I am going to put the link back in the chat. And just so Jeff, you can jump back on and no, Jeff, it wasn't you. It was the Mexico internet. And I know Twins go to bed early, so I will not keep a lot of your time. I'll splice these two shows together somehow. But we were having such a great conversation. And let me just go back in and see if I can put the link in the chat. So Jeff, you can come on and say what it is that you were going to say. And I'm hoping and praying it will work in the way that I want it to work. So give me 1 second. What did I miss? Did I just go off the screen?
I'm not sure what you did. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because you just got
Well, now
real.
it's saying I'm live on both. It's so weird. It's actually saying I'm live on both.
I see
So
the list moving, but I can't hear you. I
you
can't
can
hear
see, can you
you.
hear me?
No, no.
You can't hear me at all? Jeff, can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you. I can't hear you.
That's so
No
weird. We
sound.
might have. Uh, Hold on 1 second. Let me kick myself
No.
out. Can you hear me now? Oh, this sucks.
Test.
Oh, Jeff says he can hear me.
It may be
What
me that
about now?
don't come back.
Okay, because Jeff, thank you for saying you can hear me. I'm trying to put the link in the chat. Twins has jumped out. He's gonna come back, and we were having such a good conversation, and now it says I'm live on both, which I don't understand how I could be live on both. But here we are, hoping for the best, just to finish up the conversation. I am committed to always having a show no matter where in the world I am. And so, by the hook or the crook, we are going to finish this. Let's add twins back. How about now, twins?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. We're good.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I
Oh
can
my
hear you.
God, thank God. Oh my Lord. I was just like, I'm just trying to have a show while on vacation. Okay, Jeff, I'm actually putting the link to join the conversation. I am pinning it right now. So if you want to jump back on, and no, it wasn't you. Again, it was my wanky internet, and so we're not gonna stay on long. I feel like it's clearly it's raining in Tulum right now, so that might be the reason for some of that. But Jeff, if you just wanted to jump back on, that would be great. Again, I'm going to splice these two shows together when I do the clips. But just quickly to go through the rest of my questions, before Jeff jumps on and the internet hopefully doesn't ruin anything. Okay, so quickly, the other questions that I would ask are, what's your favorite sport and how serious are you about your team? If we're watching a game together, are you explaining plays or just happy I'm watching? What's your ideal vacation? Relaxing on the beach, exploring a new city, or something adventurous? What's a random skill or talent you have that would surprise me? Are you the type of person to order everything on the menu or you just get one type of thing person? What are you looking for right now? Now here's the serious questions. Long term, something casual, or just seeing what happens. I don't know how honest somebody would be on that question. And so, as much as ChatGPT and I work this out, I'm not sure right off the bat somebody's going to say to me, "Hey, I'm just trying to slap." So, you hope for honesty, but I think this one is one where people would just kind of say what they think I want to hear. How do you feel about exclusivity? Do you date multiple people until a relationship is official? What have your past relationships taught you about yourself? Do you believe in soulmates or do you think love is a choice? What's your love language? And I do see that Jeff is backstage. Jeff, can you? I don't know what's going on where it's not allowing me. I'm going to give it one more second to see if it allows me to add. There we go, add to the stage. And crossing my fingers.
What
Come
up?
on, internet.
What
There we
up?
go.
Welcome to the stage. What's going on, Jeff?
What's going on with y'all?
All is
Good. I was just trying to get this internet together.
Okay, it's working.
Perfect. Okay, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about these questionnaires and women trying to kind of flush out men before they even go on the date?
Eh, that's why I jumped on because I couldn't type it out. I was wanting to know out of those 26 questions that she was asking the guy, like what were some like deal breaker questions, or what was he supposed to make a certain percentage, or like how was she going to go about vetting this man through these questions?
That's the interesting part. They didn't delve into it with her because for the article that I ended up reading, it was the interview was with him. So the interview ended up with being him because he was so offended by her questionnaire. There wasn't a lot of delving into her. They did speak to other women. So the article I read did speak to other women who said that they started utilizing the same thing. And there were women who came to her defense when the gentleman had tweeted and said, "Hey, I thought that was crazy that she was doing that." And they were saying, well, nobody wants to waste time. And I think clearly I'm going to go on a limb and say, because he was in his 30s, I'm going to go on a limb and say it's very likely she was in her 30s as well. And I think it was a way to eliminate the waste of time that you often feel that you do when you get into some of these situations where you're not compatible. So she might have had some that she threw in there that she knew that if they answered a certain way, she wasn't going to go. And I think some she just threw in for fun, like the toilet paper question.
Oh, okay, okay.
What? Because what are you thinking, Jeff? Like, are you thinking was she scoring it based on if they get a 66% or something like that, or or were certain questions weighted differently than others?
Um, what made my antennas go up was like the credit score question. I'm like twin. I don't
Fun.
think I don't think that would come out on like the first, maybe second date. This is like when y'all get serious or whatever. So it's like, was that what made me think like, well, was it a certain amount of questions that he was supposed to get, or was it like certain ones that will be like red flags? So the question about the credit score made me ask that question.
I sometimes I think people eliminate themselves. I think she had some questions on there which just people would just be like, nah, I'm good. Right? Like
Yeah.
it's not even worth delving into because I'm really not that interested in you to even first of all answer your ridiculous questions. And now if I think about getting serious with you, I kind of see that this is important to you. And I think it is a self elimination. Listen, I'm out in these dating streets and it's not easy. It's not easy, and I don't have time. I don't have time to waste. And so I might start deploying some of those things. Now, I'm a person who kind of delves in and we talk about a little bit of everything. But I know for a fact that there is a lot of guys who would self eliminate if I had them put a questionnaire, and good on them. They don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time. It's about intentionality. And the reality is, if you're not intentional and you're out on these Tinder streets or Facebook dating or Black People Meet or wherever, and you're just trying to smash, you're definitely not answering a questionnaire. Next.
Right. And I get the part about not wanting to waste time, like you say, when you like your 30s and 40s. Yeah, I get that part, but I'm old school. I'm with the eyeball test. I mean, Twin can probably attest to this. You know, they got this thing in sports with analytics, and they go by the numbers, where the percentages say you should do X, Y, and Z. But I'm an eyeball test person, so it's like I gotta see, because you can say, what if the guy answered all the questions right or whatever, and he's a total jerk in real life. But so you can read body language, and a lot of time people tell off on themselves. Just tendencies and things of that nature. So, but yeah.
That's a good one, Jeff.
I agree. Listen. I think 26 questions. No, that is good. I think 26 questions are a little excessive. I think for me, my biggest ones have always been around children. Like for me, that's kind of my deal breaker question. I can deal with a lot of things, but for me, it was always men who wanted children or men who had too many children. So that was always for me, like, let's not even waste each other's time. If you want children, not going to happen. I'm not going to have your kids. And if you've got too many children attached to too many mothers, let's not even waste each other's time. I would just ask some top three questions that eliminate things. But again, she clearly had time. I 22 questions is, I had to do it with ChatGPT because I was like, I can't even think of 26 questions.
And Jeff, to go back to what you said, you're absolutely right. Some people can talk a really good game, right?
Yeah.
So the
You
question
said
is,
that last week when.
I know, but the questionnaire is not the end all. And I'm not talking to you, Drew. I'm speaking in general. The questionnaire, ladies and gentlemen, is not the end all, but it does give you a little insight of that person. Now, because you had that conversation based on the answers, now is the action part. Now, now you get to see them in person or whatever, how y'all move, to see if they're aligned up what they're saying. Because some people talk really good game, but then they show you
That part.
something, there's a disconnect. They telling you, oh, I save money all the time.
That part.
I'm a very tight spender. And then you're hanging out, and then he just buying everything out the bar and just, all his clothes, every new shoes. It's like something ain't adding up. So, you just said would it sound good to think it'll work. So you have to use discernment, ladies and gentlemen. You have to use your brain, okay? And sometimes the action must match the words. So I'll leave it right there.
True.
I love that. That's almost your dating tip for the night because we are definitely
Right.
going to wind down. And Jeff, I appreciate you coming back. All right, sorry for the internet issues. Again, Mexico Tulum is beautiful. So internet or no internet, we're going to make this work. No, but I agree with you. I think if I had to go into my dating tip right now, and Jeff, please stay on so that you can give your marriage tip. If I had to go into my dating tip, I'm actually going to steal a little bit from Twins. Use discernment. I think using different methods to determine where to invest your time, because I do believe, again, where you invest your time is thoroughly important in dating, especially at our big age when you're juggling multiple responsibilities, right? But do use discernment. I would not use only one source, just like a questionnaire, to determine whether someone's worth my time. I would see their actions, I would hear their words, and I would want to take a look at how do they see themselves in the future, all of those different things, and put all of those things together. Body language, to Jeff's earlier point, seeing someone in person, how you connect that vibe, because there's so many different tools that we can eliminate people for, and I've been guilty of it, to sound of somebody whose voice annoys me, all of these different things. But if you are serious and intentional, I think know what your true deal breakers are. What are those top three, two things, whatever it is, maybe it's that one thing for you that this is something that no matter how great the guy is, I just can't, it's not going to work out, or no great how great the woman is. But use discernment, really take a look at, compatibility and all of those different things, because you're not going to get that through a questionnaire. You're going to get that through in-person interactions and phone calls and all of that. So that is my dating tip for the night, Twins.
Okay, so just kind of piggyback or kind of add on what you're saying, ladies and gentlemen. Look at dating. Look at the questionnaire as an interview. Think about that part. And I say interview because
Mm.
we all in our late 40s or older or maybe a little bit younger. Cool. What I'm saying is that we all apply for a job, right? And on the job, your application looks spot on. Oh, you know this, you do that. Oh, it looks good. But what do? They call you in for an interview. And what to do in an interview? They ask you those same questions. That's how you answer those in person. So it's the same thing when it comes to dating.
Mm.
You have to interview the person that you're dealing with. Because unfortunately, or maybe unfortunately, whatever, it can change your life in a good way or a bad way. So I think
That
it's very
that
important to interview,
fact.
right? I think it's very important to interview whoever you're dealing with. It's up to you how you ask the question,
Amen.
no, but you do need to interview. I don't understand why we don't treat our relationship like just
Amen.
we should, just like that.
Right.
The whole part. Jeff, your marriage tip for the evening, please.
Um, my marriage tip for the evening is real short and simple. It is continue to date your spouse. That's it. That's all.
That is so important in marriage and relationship.
It
People,
is.
Round of applause. I
people get very placid in their
Mm-hmm.
relationship or marriages and then forget about dating each other. Forget about the
mm-hmm,
things that got
mm-hmm.
you to point B, right? Continue dating. I don't care how small, big it is, still do something. Make time for both of y'all because you need it.
I love that. That is a great tip. That is an amazing tip. That is a great way to end the night. I want to thank Twins for his patience. I thank you, Jeff, for coming back and joining us. And thank God for the internet for coming up back together. Jeff, I'm just going to take you off the stage and I'll see you next week. I will be back in Toronto next week.
Yes.
Hopefully, if my flight lands on time, I am will be on at 9 o'clock, but it might be 9:30. I'll talk to Twins, pray that my flight and everything goes well. But we hope everybody has a great week. Everybody, just remember how blessed you are. Like I'm not even joking. I feel so blessed to be able to even get on a plane and do the things that I'm doing. And so, do not ever forget how blessed you are. I know sometimes things can seem really hard, but the fact that you get up every day and you get to do this life over and over again is a blessing. Like, share, subscribe. Again, my new book is coming out in April. I do have one of my books. I brought one of my own books on vacation to read. The Sienna series, the full book. See how these pages your girl wrote? Get the full series of the Sienna series on Amazon. Twins, you want to plug anything before we go? Because we just plugging things out here.
Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go out there and support Toshiba and for the book readers out there. Go and support. It is still Black History Month, so let's go and support a Black individual. Spend your money on Black and get you a book. There you go.
That part. I got 9 of them. Google it. Toshiba Billings. Pick one. Okay, pick one. Anyone to support your girl as a self-published author. But thank you all. We will see you next week. Thank you, Jeff. Until next week, everybody. Bye
Good night,
bye.
ladies and gentlemen.